What is up guys, how's it going? In this video I will be reviewing the Moto G. Now this device was given to me by the really awesome folks at Motorola, so a huge thanks and shout out to them for hooking me up with this. Now while we're looking at the box, let's go ahead and see what comes inside of the Moto G's box. Now it's a competitively priced device, so you don't get headphones or even the charger, although you do get your manual and you do get your USB dongle. Now quick look on the device. On the bottom you've got the micro USB port. On the left hand side there are no buttons whatsoever. On the very top you've got a 3.5mm headphone jack, and on the right hand side is where the volume buttons along with the power or the lock button is located. The phone is actually built of plastic, and it also has that really nice looking Motorola dimple in the middle, just like the Moto X did. The back is removable, and it's where you'd find the non-removable 2070 mAh battery along with the 5-megapixel camera with LED flash and the micro SIM. The back cover is actually pretty flexible. It's plastic, so it seems really durable. And Motorola also has a bunch of different colors, which it's calling shells, so you can go out and buy those if you want to personalize your device. On the top front is where you'd find the 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera along with the notification LED. Speaking of the front, it's also where you'd find the 4.5-inch 720p IPS LCD screen. It has a pixel per inch density of 326. Overall, I was pretty impressed by this display. I thought it had really nice viewing angles, and the colors were very accurate, and overall the display was really good. Now in terms of storage space, this device comes in 8 and 16GB variants. It doesn't support micro SD card slots, well, at least not yet, and it might suck for some people, but if you're like me and if you live in the cloud, then this amount of storage is probably more than good enough. And also at the time of this review, this device was running 4.3 Jelly Bean, but as you all may know by now, Motorola is very awesome in pushing out latest Android updates, and now pretty much Moto X and Moto G and Moto E devices are running the latest 4.4.3 KitKat. Speaking of KitKat, the software that Motorola devices run now are pretty much the best experience you can get from Android as of yet. There you go, I said it, call me a fanboy, but this is the only software which I wholeheartedly love, and I love the fact that it's very minimalistic. There are some Motorola apps such as Motorola Drive, FM radio, Motorola Migrate, but not a lot of bloatware on you, not a lot of apps that you don't use. It's very minimalist. It's almost close to stock Android, and it's something that people who use Nexus devices or like less bloatware, which probably everyone does, they are going to love this. Now the camera on the Moto G is pretty much an okay camera. It takes good pictures. Don't expect really great shots with this though, because it's just a 5-megapixel camera. It has the basic features such as HDR. You've got your timer, you've got panorama, you've got photosphere. It also shoots 720p video. The gallery application on the Moto G is really good looking and minimalistic and nice, and I definitely loved it a lot. Now speaking of gallery, you also get 50 gigs of Google Drive free storage when you buy the Moto G, so in case if you were wondering where you're going to store all the pictures you're going to shoot or snap, well, you've got cloud for that. Now in terms of specs, the G is running a quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 processor, which is clocked in at 1.2 GHz. It has the Adreno 305 graphics card, and in terms of today's specs or 2014 specs, these are really mediocre specs, and that might make you think that this device underperforms or is slow on tasks. Well, if you think that way, then you're definitely wrong. Thanks to the really low software optimizations and less bloatware, this device runs perfectly smooth and fine. Multitasking, switching between apps, closing apps, doing hard stuff, even gaming heck runs perfectly fine, and it surprised me on how well it could handle pretty much anything I throw at it. The battery life on this device was also very impressive. You can get at least 2 days if you aren't using it as much, and with heavy usage you can get at least 24 hours, which is an entire day. So leave in the morning at 8, come back around 10 p.m. and you'd still have some extra battery left. There's also a battery saving mode, which heck I didn't even need to use in order to get good battery life. Call quality and signal reception was also pretty good on the device. I could clearly hear whoever I was talking to, and the person could also hear me on the other end. Now, to conclude my review, this device, although it has a cheap price tag or a low price tag, it does not feel cheap or not well built at all. It's a very good looking and very well built device. This is actually Motorola's best-selling device, and am I surprised by that? Well, probably not, because this outperforms any of the competition within this price range. And if you're looking for something within this $150 to $220 price range, $220 is for here in Canada, then you should definitely go for this. Have no doubts. I recommend. I give thumbs up. I give a 5-star, or whatever you'd like to call my rating. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. If you liked it, please feel free to give it a thumbs up, and do subscribe to stay tuned to more of my stuff. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section below, and also feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Google+, Facebook, anywhere you can find me. You can find me probably anywhere. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.